50 years and won more than $2 billion in settlements. Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
Hey, neighbor.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Finally selling your car?
Yeah, I gotta go meet the buyer. I don't want him to know where I live.
Well, why don't you just go to the Irvine Auto Center? They'll buy your car.
Dealers? They'll never pay me what it's worth.
You'd be surprised. With 17 top brands and professional appraisers, you'll get an offer for your car in as little as 15 minutes.
I just made an appointment.
Take it from me, the Irvine Auto Center is always a good call.
Turn your search into drive, where the 5 meets the 405 at Lake Forest Drive.
As a fireman and paramedic, Derek knows everything about helping people, but he doesn't know the first thing about how to buy a mattress. That's why Derek went to Sit and Sleep and worked with Jen, who knows everything about mattresses. Jen used Sit and Sleep's bed match technology to scientifically measure Derek's unique support needs and rescue him from tossing and turning.
So for expert advice about your next mattress, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
You used to play fireman drill.
Really, Dad?
Now at 5:30, seeking justice for a man shot and killed in South LA. The case went cold, remaining unsolved for more than 3 years. And now there's a big reward being offered in hopes of catching his killer.
NBC4's John Caddies-Klimak spoke with the family and the detective leading this case. He has the very latest on where they are now when it comes to finding the killer.
Hello? Hello, this is Naima.
To me, on a crane. Third. Just to see happy baby. The man, she out any profit for something like this. And it was really unbelievable.
Where we are right now is not a safe part of town.
No, it's not.
LAPD South Bureau homicide detective Brandon Bourgeois says this particular area is known for illegal gang activity. It's one theory in the case as well.
Was hanging out with a friend when the suspect walks up the driveway, produces a handgun, fires one shot, striking the victim.
Surveillance video released for the first time shows what detectives say is the killer's vehicle leaving the area. You see it drive by this camera. Here it is again, a late model black Cadillac. Beyond this, detectives say few people have been willing to come forward to help the investigation.
Getting the paramedics on the line. I'm going to send the police right away. Stay on the line.
LAPD has a new $50,000 reward for information in the case. Considering the potential gang connections, tipsters can remain anonymous. For the family left behind, they hope that reward leads to the answers and the justice they seek. And I really just can't seem to understand why him. From South LA, John Caddies-Klimak, NBC4 News.
A 15th bus full of migrants arrived in downtown LA from Texas today. A state dealing with a new surge of crossings at the border. As NBC's Tom Llamas explains, thousands continue to cross with no end in sight.
Coming up on Nightly News tonight, the migrant surge at the border, how towns like Eagle Pass, just 28,000 people, are taking in nearly 10,000 migrants this week. The reasons why they came here this week, plus the flow of migrants, is not stopping even today, even as more Border Patrol, DHS agents, and the military is here on the ground to try to alleviate the situation. What's happening in Mexico as those migrants pass through, and also what people here in shelters are saying about the experience, when it's all coming up tonight on Nightly News.
That's coming up at 6:30, followed by the NBC4 News at 7.
Actor Matthew McConaughey has filed a restraining order against a so-called delusional fan. His attorney says the restraining order is against a woman who he says stalked him and harassed him and his wife, and he says the woman has been harassing them since April of last year.
New at 5, there's a new warning for anyone who still has to pay back their student loans. Watch out for scammers. Student loan payments have been on pause for more than 3 years because of the pandemic. But now that payments are restarting, the Federal Trade Commission is warning that scammers may try to mislead borrowers by offering payment assistance and asking them to pay for it. Their top tip: never give out any personal information.
Also new at 5, want to hear comedians interviewing musicians, or maybe watch videos to learn how to knit, or maybe is trying to change all that.
This is Ross Tran's high school math notebook.
I think it's geometry. I don't know. It says mid-segment of a triangle.
Pages and pages filled with drawings that are definitely not geometry.
I think I just love strong female energy, strong female character.